is the slide now. The ninth term basically, it talks about the expense. Expense and expenditure are two different things. Okay, let us start from here today. Expense is a cost incurred in producing goods and services for selling purpose. Whichever the amount is incurred for the production of goods, the goods that we are going to sell, okay, that amount spent will be treated as expense. Thus, expenses include so many things are there. Cost of goods sold, cost of sales. Okay, wherein like the purchase of goods is there. Okay, the formula is there for this particular COGS. Okay, that will be equal to whatever the opening stock of goods is there. Okay, in that opening stock we add the purchases, the net purchases, that is purchase minus purchase returns. We add over here the direct expenses. Direct expenses are like the purchase expenses or the amount that we pay for manufacturing of the goods and all. Okay, so direct expenses will be added over here, and then from here we deduct the closing stock. Okay, so this is opening stock and this is closing stock. Okay, so this is a formula basically for cost of goods sold. So all these terms will be included in the term expense, because I'm just looking for the amount that I spent for production of the goods or for providing the services, and which are meant for the sale purpose. It also includes the general business expenses like salary, rent, stationery, in short the office expenses. Apart from this, it also includes the term like depreciation. We all know depreciation is a gradual and permanent decrease in the value of the fixed asset, right? Apart from this, whatever the amount is written off out of datus towards bad debt or provision, right? This is also to be treated as an expense for the current year. Also, where are we going to record all these? Okay, so whatever the remaining expenses are there apart from cost of goods sold, we can see that over here the cost of goods sold is to be recorded on the debit side of trading account, whereas the remaining general expenses you talk about depreciation, you talk about the provision, all these amounts will be recorded on the debit side again, but in profit and loss account. Why I'm coming up with this trading and P&L? Because by the end of the year we need to do it. At that time I need not to make you learn again. Right from the beginning you should be aware of expense है तो trading और P&L में जाएगा ही, which side? Debit side. And incomes वगैरह है तो that will be credited. Correct? So this is what is all about expense. Continuing ahead, income. Income is the amount of profit earned during an accounting period. Incomes are different from revenues. What is the difference between the revenue and the income? Revenue is the amount that we receive by the sale of goods or services, and income is the profit from that particular transaction. The amount received from the sale of goods or services is called a revenue. The cost of goods is also as an expense. We already have gone through that. Surplus is a word, right? Revenue over the expense is called as income. Okay. Formula is income is equal to revenue minus expense. A simple thing. We'll have an example over here. Goods costing 2 lakh sold for 2 lakh 60. Yes. Who will tell me what is the amount of revenue over here? 2 lakh 60 is the revenue. That's very correct. And income is, revenue is 2 lakh 60 and income will be 60,000. The difference, right? So this is over here. Fine. So I'm sure like you have understood the meaning of income over here right now. Profit. How will you define profit now? Income, profit, gain is also on the way. It is the excess of revenue over expenses to hota hai, but this is going to be the total expenses of a business entity for an accounting period throughout the year, whichever activities have been taken by the business entity, whichever the purchase and sale has been done, whatever the expenses have been paid, whichever the incomes have been received. Okay, so excess of revenues over the total expenses of a business entity for an accounting period is called as profit. Okay, profit may either be, it has two categories. One is gross profit, other is net profit. Okay, so we have gross profit and net profit. Gross profit will be there from trading account and net profit will be there from profit and loss account. Gross profit. Gross profit as it comes from trading account. In trading account, we generally deal with the goods, the items related to goods. It may be the purchase, sale, purchase return, sales return, opening stock, closing stock, and direct expenses also. So whenever you have to define a gross profit, you simply can say that the excess of revenues over the cost of goods sold. The difference between the sales revenue, whatever the sales amount is there, sale of goods and all, and over the cost of goods sold is called a gross profit. But when it comes to net profit, the net profit basically will be the excess of gross profit and incomes over the expenses, right? If all the operating expenses and other non-operating expenses, operating and non-operating expenses are deducted from gross profit and other incomes, right? So that is called as net profit. Okay, when it comes to gross profit, it is basically the excess of sales over the cost of goods sold. But when it comes to net profit, it is the excess of gross profit and incomes over the operating and non-operating expenses. And what an amount of net profit is there, that is finally added to the capital, and capital we write in balance sheet on the liability side. And if the total expenses exceed the revenue, what if the expenses, the operating and non-operating expenses, is more than the gross profit and incomes? It will be a net loss. And if it is a net loss, it will be deducted from the capital in the balance sheet. So if profit will be added, because my liability towards the owner increases. पहले capital ही देना था, लेकिन इस साल का इतना profit है तो profit भी तो owner को ही देना है. So my liability towards owner increases. In the similar way, like if it is a net loss, so that net loss will be deducted from capital because my liability towards the owner decreases. Let us see how the things are there in trading account. What are the amounts we recorded in trading account and what is the format? So in trading account, we can see that we have 4 columns again, a particular amount and particular amount over here. We can see that the sales revenue is on the right hand side, that is credit side of the account, and we can see that the revenue expenses are on the debit side of an account, right? On the debit side, you can see that it's a purchase, wages paid, carriage, freight. So these are all the direct expenses. The amounts are paid for the purchase of goods or help us to manufacture the goods or convert the raw material into the finished goods. So these are such expenses. So these are direct expenses which will always be a part of trading account. So once you record the sales on the credit side, once we have all these, the contents of COGS, right? The cost of goods sold on the debit side, if the revenue exceed the cost of goods sold, it is going to be a gross profit. And in the reverse case, if the cost of goods sold exceed the sales revenue, it will be a gross loss. And you can see that in sales revenue, what is included? Sale of goods, sale of services. So this is what is a format of trading account. We'll learn in detail in chapter number 17 and 18. Right? This was just shown to you just to make you understand about the concept of trading account and the gross profit and gross loss. In the similar way, in the next slide, you will come to know about the profit and loss account. The format remains the same. Particular amount. The left hand side is always the debit side and the right hand side is always the credit side. What are we supposed to write over here? So whatever the amount of gross profit was there in trading account, that needs to be transferred to the credit of profit and loss account. This is a process. Okay, what are the difference will be there? Either the gross profit or the gross loss from trading will have to be transferred to profit and loss account. And if it is a gross loss, we can see that it has to be debited. After the gross profit has been put on the credit side, then you need to write the revenue receipts over here. The amounts that you keep on receiving on regular operating income or non-operating income. Which of the receipts are there are to be recorded over here. Commission received, interest received, dividend received, all such incomes are there, will be a part of profit and loss account credit side, right? And on the debit side, you can see that all expenses are recorded: salary, rent, depreciation, electricity, advertisement, campaign, stationery. Various amounts can be there. I have just recorded some examples over here, right? Just to make you understand that which all amounts are there to be recorded in profit and loss account. The reason of showing you the format again is just to make you understand about the net profit or the net loss. It will be a net profit only if the total of gross profit and the other incomes exceed the total expenses. Okay, if you want to take an example over here, suppose this is 50,000 over here, okay, and this is 10,000 over here. The other incomes total comes to 60, and the total of all the expenses, suppose it is 40,000. Okay, so the difference now 60 minus 40 is 20. So this 20,000 will be treated as net profit for the business, and this amount of net profit will be added to capital in balance sheet on liability side, right? And if it is a reverse case in the sense, if this amount was 80,000, gross profit is 50, incomes 10, total 60, expenses is 80. So the difference will be a loss, and that will be treated as a net loss, and this net loss will be deducted from capital in the balance sheet. Okay, you need to understand that because of the net profit, my liability towards the owner, my liability means the liability of the business towards the owner increases, and because of net loss, the liability towards the owner decreases. So that's why it is deducted. You have to understand that which of the revenue expenses are there are recorded over here only, depending on the nature. If it is direct, trading mein jayega. If it is indirect, it will be over here. Similarly, like all the revenue receipts, the operating incomes, the non-operating incomes, all such incomes are to be recorded on the credit side in profit and loss account. We have discussed income, we have discussed profit. Now it is gain. आप लोगों को लग रहा होगा ना कि इनकम भी डिस्कस कर लिया, प्रॉफिट भी डिस्कस कर लिया, अब गेन क्या होगा? गेन इज आल्सो द प्रॉफिट. It is something, the profit only. There is no doubt. Okay, it is going to be the profit. But the profit which is incidental in nature, the profit earned by the business, but not from the routine activities of the business. The profit is earned, gaining profit not from day-to-day activities. Yeah, okay. Gain is the profit. Profit तो है, but the activities which are non-recurring in nature, incidental in nature. कभी-कभी वो transactions होते हैं.
Sale of fixed assets.
Sale of fixed assets. Very good. It was discussed. Non-recurring, irregular activities, right? So that was discussed under the head capital expenditure, capital receipts, right? So you need to think of those transactions now. If it is a sale of fixed asset and we earn some profit therefrom, it is going to be a gain, right? Gains are the profit, right? The profit that arises from those transactions which are incidental to business, okay, not non-recurring in nature, right? So example is the profit earned on sale of investments or sale of fixed asset. That is a gain, correct? Please remember. And the profits are in the nature of gain are of irregular or of non-recurring nature. Okay, next, loss. Loss we already have discussed about the gross loss and the net loss, but there is a minor difference between an expense and a loss. For expense, we do get some of the benefit, but for loss, no such benefit is received, right? Excess of expenses over the revenue of a business entity for an accounting period is termed as a loss. Loss हम लोग देख चुके हैं. It was a gross loss from trading account or a net loss from P&L account, right? The owner's capital is reduced to the extent of amount of loss. That is also known to us. That is what we have discussed about the net loss, right? If it is a net loss, that will be shown by way of deduction from the capital, right? Owner's equity reduces. It refers to such activities of business for which no benefit is received by the firm. Salary pay कर रहे हैं, salary को मैं expense बोलूँगा, loss नहीं बोलूँगा, because against the amount of salary that I pay, for which like I have acquired the services, okay, I have received the services from the employees, against that I am making the payment. So that's an expense. But when you talk about a loss for such activities, no benefit is received by the firm. The example you can see that over here: loss of goods due to fire or due to accident or loss by theft, anything. Okay, so these are the various examples of losses over here. Okay, expenses are different from losses. That is why what I told you right now. Expenses are incurred by the business entity to generate the revenue, while losses do not generate any revenue. Bad debts, provision, depreciation are the expenses, while goods lost by fire or theft is a loss, right? You need to understand that bad debts is because of the business activities and all, routine activities, because of the sale of the goods. If any customer doesn't make us a payment, when sale is there, so it is going to generate the revenue for the business. But in case of loss by fire of goods, loss by fire of assets, these are not going to generate any revenue for the business. So these are termed as losses. Next is purchases, is well known to us. Purchase is the term in accountancy used for the purchase of goods only. Okay, only for purchase of goods, nothing else. Goods are the products, we know like the meaning of definition of goods also. In trading concerns, matlab they are not the manufacturing concerns, they just purchase the goods from somewhere, from one place, sell it to the other place. Okay, they are the trading concerns. Okay, goods are purchased for the resale, while in manufacturing concerns the raw materials are purchased and processed further into finished goods for resale purpose. Dealer in furniture purchases furniture for the sale purpose, it's a good for him. And if the goods are purchased for cash, we call it as a cash purchase. And if the goods are purchased on credit, we call it as a credit purchase. Now, where do we record it? Both the cash and the credit purchase. Purchase or purchase here, whether it is cash or credit, has to go to trading account. I already have shown you the cost of goods sold formula I have discussed with you. So if any purchases is there, that purchases will have to be a part of trading account. Either it is cash purchase or credit purchase. Purchase return is a next term. Purchase return is, we all know that key, like out of the amount of goods purchased, if any amount of goods is not as per the sample, is defective, is the amount is overcharged, the price is overcharged, so due to any reason, okay, if the goods are returned back to the supplier, we call it as purchase return. Okay, purchase return is also better known as return outward. Purchase return, how do we show this? Is deducted from purchases. और purchase कहाँ लिखते हैं? Debit of trading. ठीक है? So we go to trading account, on the debit side, left hand side, we write their purchases. In the particulars column, we write the amount and then show it by way of deduction, the purchase return. And the net amount will be shown in the outer column in the trading account. After purchase and purchase return, it was quite obvious to have the term like sales and sales returns. Sale is again the term used for the sale of goods only, right? Whenever the goods are sold, the product or the item which the businessman deals in with the motive of earning profit, right? So that sale of goods, for the sale of goods only, the term sales is to be used. And again, the term sales is never used for sale of asset. Okay, if you're selling a furniture, if you are a cloth merchant and if you're selling a furniture, you need to write it as a furniture only. You can't write the word sales over there. You cannot. Okay. Again, the same thing like for the cash sales and credit sales. If the goods are sold for cash, it will be termed as cash sales. Whereas if the goods are sold on credit to the customers, it will be treated as credit sales. Now, where do we write this? The cash and the credit sales. Both the sales are to be recorded in trading account on the credit side, right? Both cash and credit sales, credit side of trading account. Sales return, similar to the purchase return. What are the amount of goods are sold on credit to the customer? Due to one or the other reason, that customer may return us the goods. Maybe the goods are not as per the sample of the inferior quality. Maybe the goods are another overcharged, the price is overcharged. Maybe like excess of goods are sold, sent to the customer, right? So due to one or the other reason, what are the amount of goods are returned back by the customer to the business entity, we are going to write the sales return for it. Okay, sales return is also termed as return inward. Okay, and the reasons for return of the goods, like maybe a variation in size, specifications, quality, any reason can be there. Sales return, how do we show this? So sales return is shown by way of deduction, as we have discussed for purchase return similarly, but in trading account on the credit side. So sales return is deducted from sales to find the net sales. Kahan par? Credit of trading account.